guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about film and TV production resumes. All about formulating and creating a really cool resume that's going to get you in the door for the interview for a TV or film job. So I've tried a bunch of different types of resumes in the last 6 months, and a lot of them have got me in the door and into an interview. And I just want to share some of the stuff I've learned from research, colleagues, career advisors, all that stuff in this one video. But I'm gonna share so much more in my blog post. So again, don't forget to check out each blog post that's accompanied to the video. It's gonna include so much more information that you're not gonna wanna miss. There are 1,000,001 ways to create a resume and to design a resume. There are so many different sections you can include in your resume. You can include a headshot, you can include columns, colors, images, little graphs. There's so many different things that you could include in your resume, but I'm going to talk about the things that you should include based on what I've experienced from my own success using different types of resumes, because believe it or not, I've done so much research on resumes and I really enjoy it. So this is why I'm making this video, to hopefully help you guys out. But by the end of the day, if you still want to add that picture of your dog or whatever it is that's going to make you unique and stand out, by all means, you do you, boo, because there are so many different people that would say they love it, but of course, there are so many different people that would say that they hate it, including me. But you know, it really depends on where your resume lands and who's reading it, who's looking at it, and if it really floats their boat. So at the end of the day, you do you, boo. So one thing that I really want to note is that if you're submitting your resume online, for example, like Warner Brothers or Disney.com/careers, they are using an HR software that's using bots to siphon through your resume before any single human being looks at your resume. This is because they get thousands and thousands of resumes every day, and they want to make sure if they're spending time looking at a resume, they're paying someone to look at a resume, it's time well spent. So they're giving your resume to bots first to be able to make sure that you're going to be a good match. So what they do is they have it go through this HR system that matches keywords on your resume and the job description to then see if you're a match, and then if you are close enough of a match, then it will kind of put you in this pool where an actual recruiter or hiring person will actually look at your resume. So you want to get to that point. And to get to that point, you have to make sure you have enough keywords in your resume to get you through all the bots. There's this really cool software called jobscan.com. I highly recommend you look at it if this is a type of job process you're going through these sites. One of my friends introduced this to me a couple months ago, and it is such a cool tool. Basically, you upload or copy and paste your resume and copy and paste a job description in which you're trying to apply to, and then this software will kind of scan both things and see, did you include enough keywords to stand out and tell the bots that you're a good match. So again, if you're going to be submitting to online jobs, and this isn't like emailing your resume to someone or using another type of job board, this is specifically career sites that will use HR software. Definitely check this out, because if you're simply just applying to all these jobs using a resume and not checking if you have keywords and all these different things, then it's highly unlikely that you're going to hear back from a hiring representative, because they're probably not even going to see your resume to begin with because it didn't get through the bots. And that sucks, because you're probably qualified for the job, but they're just not going to sit through and siphon through thousands of resumes on their own. So they have this process. So try to beat the process and use JobScan or another type of software that allows you to kind of see your keywords and your match rate to increase your chances of being seen. Now, there are two different ways you can really write a production resume. There is the kind of list your credits way, and then there's a detailed, more straightforward type of resume. Now, I've seen both types of resumes work. They've worked for me to get me into the door, and I honestly don't see there being a huge preference in the industry for either or. So I'm just gonna talk you through both. Now, there is that resume that has just a list of credits, your name and your contact info, and then just a list of credits, similar to an acting resume. If you've ever seen an acting resume, they have like the role that they played, the name of the film or TV show, the director, and like maybe the date, and then that's it, just a list of everything they've done. And if they have done a lot of things, then that fills up the whole page, and boom. And then they have like skills and training at the end. So there's that type of resume that you can create for production. There's also just a generic normal resume where you include your role, the company you worked for, the dates, and then start listing out the tasks and duties that you had in that role. So you can basically say you were a production assistant for ABC Studios January through March 2012, and you assisted the producer, blah, 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 blah. So you have your bullet points. And honestly, I feel like they both work, but the more detailed one really lets you stand out when being compared to another candidate side by side, because it tells them exactly what you have done before, what you've experienced. They already have an idea, like, oh, they've dealt with petty cash. Oh, they've done walkie checkouts. Oh, they've set up Video Village. Like, it tells you a lot more than just the credits. But both types of resumes have worked, and I've seen people that are seasoned professionals using both. So definitely know that there's not a right or wrong way, just whatever fits and works best for you. Now, there's a ton of other things that you can include in your resume: headshots, skills, education, affiliations, hobbies, extracurriculars if you just got out of school, awards, all this other stuff. I go into detail about every single one of those sections in the blog post. I don't want to go into that a whole lot in this video because this video would be 30 minutes long. I don't want to do that to you guys. So definitely, if you're interested in other sections in the resume, check out the blog post. Now, this last bit that I want to talk about is about young professionals or recent grads. Now, you might be wondering, like, crap, I can't do the credit list because I don't have any credits, or all the job experience I have is non-film and TV related. Like, how am I even going to compete? The thing is that you still have really great experience if you've done anything else, because entry-level jobs are pretty much the same throughout. They all require teamwork, that you follow directions, that you work under deadlines, that you are a good customer service type person, that you get along with people, that you show up on time, things like that. So if you don't have film and TV experience, that's okay. Put in that food service job that you did. Put in that desk job that you did. Put in that phone call job that you did, whatever it was. So don't sell yourself short. A lot of people didn't go to film school. They didn't work on student projects. That's not a big deal. That's not like a huge red alert. And I'm gonna do a video about that later. Just try to sell yourself as much as possible on your resume by listing out stuff that's transferable. If you did internships, if you did extracurricular activities, if you did student projects, if you did volunteer work, all of that stuff, it's definitely relevant. If you're brand new to the industry, put it in, because it'll help you maybe connect with whoever's hiring you. Maybe you do the same volunteer work as someone else. The best way to know if your resume looks good is to show it to somebody. Show it to a colleague, a peer, a parent, a teacher, whoever you value their opinion, because something that you feel looks great can definitely look very, very different in someone else's eyes. So like I said, there's a million different ways to write a resume, to design it. There are crazy designs. There's just a straightforward Word doc, all kinds of different things that you can include and not include in your resume. But at the end of the day, just make sure it's true to you. It speaks to your personality, but it includes all the necessary things that someone that's hiring would want to see, and it's professional. If your resume is still looking a little short and shy, don't worry. There's so many other ways to get job experience, from volunteering to working on student projects to working on other projects that might not be film and TV. They can be media-based, they can be sports-based, they can be live event-based, but they're all still in the realm of media that'll help you get hired into other things. So I'm gonna make a video about all of that in a little bit. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, click that like, and don't forget to subscribe. If you're brand spanking new to the industry, check out this video where I talk about an entry-level job called a production assistant, and it'll help you kind of get a bigger idea of what to expect.